Hey everyone, this is Mike, and I'm here with Isaac,
Good evening.
and we're here to talk about Harada because apparently he's back after his very short break after leaving Bandai Namco at the end of 2025, and he's back with a new studio already, and this time he's joining up with SNK Corporation to create a studio called Versus Studio. It's just called Versus Studio, and yeah, he's going to be taking his 31 years of experience at Bandai Namco, and he's going to start this new venture as both CEO and representative director for Versus Studio. Okay, we have this article here from Event Hubs that goes into more details, saying that obviously the studio has ties with a fighting game, but apparently it's going to have like multiple different meetings, as stated in a press release. We are pleased to announce the launch of our new game studio, Versus Studios, said Harada. Versus Studios' philosophy is beyond tradition, crafted to perfection. We will combine technology, sensibility, and world class expertise to pursue the ultimate. From a free, open, spacious environment, we will generate new ideas and create memorable games. We will establish this studio to bring this vision to life. Now, Versus and Versus Studios, again, as mentioned, has multiple meanings. It represents our roots in video games, software development division, the spirit of Versus, challenging traditions, and many other meanings symbolizing innovation, challenge, and such as visionary standard, volition shift, or vanguard spirit. So that's pretty cool. So he looks like he really thought long and hard about this title. We will be bringing together technology and knowledge and working with passionate colleagues as we aim to deliver the best gaming experiences to users worldwide. Versus Studio aspires to be a studio that continues to take on such challenges, and we will be looking for new team members that share our vision. Okay, so they don't necessarily have like a whole on team yet.
Well, it just sounds like it was just literally announced today that
Yeah.
he's joining the SNK staff. All right, pretty much. I don't know if you need to actually continue to read this because pretty
Mhm.
much they're starting a brand new studio. He's going to be the one running it. That's pretty much the same jizz, the jits.
Yeah, that is the overall gist.
Yeah,
So he's
everything else is nice little
PR spin.
PR spin, little mumbo
Yeah.
jumbo at the end of the day. But no, I think this is actually pretty cool to kind of see him coming out of what appears 31 years of just working because
Yes,
he's been
31 years with Bandai Namco,
for the
mostly just
longest
work.
period of time. That's where he started when he launched the first second game, and then so for him to come out of to join SNK is a very interesting situation. I think a lot of people would probably sit down and guess that maybe. Well, I think what I heard about this is that you know their division, they're great at fighting games,
Mhm.
but when it comes to like 3D playing fighting games, they're okay. Like
Yeah, they're
they
just
try it, so
yeah, like I remember
you
that
know
KO Maximum Impact, I believe it was called.
Yeah, it was
Like
KOF 12. I think they tried to actually fuse it within the actual like KOF story, but
so
it
yeah, it was like like for the
Maximum
KO,
Impact
yeah, Maximum,
12 and
yep, Maximum
11
Impact,
and
yeah,
um
did that.
it didn't really take well to everybody.
Yeah, because it's like they are not good at making 3D fighters.
Yeah.
So
And it so I think they went back to their 2D roots, which honestly makes sense, but
yep.
now to have a seasoned veteran that clearly knows how to make 3D fighting games. To have that in now your house that can probably guide the hopefully maybe a new tradition of certain games. Maybe it actually now gives they have that precedent on how we can guide um, how we can bring maybe KOF or Garo or let's even say also we got also have to remember he did he also do Soul Calibur? as well.
No,
No,
I
it's
don't
completely different.
think he
I
was
think
responsible for Soul
no,
Calibur.
no, he
No.
wasn't. No, no, definitely wasn't. But to have that in your house, maybe when you
Hmm.
want to be able to take the next step with the
Yeah.
KOF or Fatal Fury or even Samurai Showdown series, you now have that person in your stuff that knows how to make that transition from one to one. Honestly, and maybe uh, maybe he also wants to maybe do a different kind of project. That's also a big possibility. Like I
Hmm.
said, he's done fighting games for such a very long time. Maybe he wants a new transition to do something that's completely new. And Bankai Namco,
Bandai
Namco
Namco, yeah,
Bankai,
or just Bamco, or just
or
Bam.
just call him Banco.
Yeah, Bamco,
Maybe just they
Bamco.
never really gave them that freedom or flexibility just to try to do different things. So now this is his great opportunity to kind of go out of the um he's now linked with a company that's going to allow him to sit down and experiment a little bit more.
Hmm.
So I think that's very interesting to see what ideas that he has planned moving forward.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, there isn't really much I can say because again, this was just announced
Hmm.
very recently, and obviously, much respect for Harada and everything he has brought to the table when it comes to like Tekken and whatnot.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Harada kind of left the game in a very poor state because of a lot of people say that like Tekken, especially Tekken 8, was isn't it was worst state. How they claim they wanted to bring the game back to basics, and it's still really not back to basics. I know obviously there was issues with monetization here and there, but overall, it's just like the flow of the game really isn't hitting for a lot of people. I know that much. I haven't been
Yeah.
paying too closely to Tekken 8, to be honest.
I haven't touched Tekken in a year.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it was fun for the first few like months, but I felt like it felt a little bit too gimmicky
Yeah.
with some of the mechanics they introduced, and I really kind of felt like Tekken didn't need all that like stuff, like the whatever. Like I know the rage stuff was introduced in like I believe like in 7 that
It
that
it felt like it was trying to it felt like it was trying to be more Street Fighter in a
Mm-hmm.
3D fighting game sense
Yeah,
than Tekken. Like
yeah.
it did feel like it lost a little bit of its identity. I know after for such a long period of time, there's only so many goofy characters and different martial arts things styles you can incorporate from around the world that you can sit down and put in. But at the end of the day, yeah, it at some point it felt like Second Eight kind of lost its identity a little bit, even though it's all
Mm-hmm.
the craziness that game has um introduced. So yeah.
Very much so. I mean, we could also take a moment to just see some comments because I know there's quite a few.
Hmm.
Okay, so we're saying that's exciting news. Like Harada couldn't pass up on that. Oh god, like Harada couldn't pass up on that Saudi money, but no, seriously, that's pretty cool. This one's got a negative one saying, "I hope he doesn't get a chance to mess up any of SNK's IPs like he's done with Tekken." And again, that's what I was saying. Like he kind of left.
Yeah,
Uh,
but you know what? Like
mhm.
when people sit there and say that he messed it up, like you also have to understand, um, it's he works for the company. He has to answer to Namco
Mhm.
Bandai.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
at the end of the day, like I'm pretty sure that he didn't want monetization in his game. Like
that's
I'm
nice. Yeah,
like
that.
90% of these creators don't want to do all that stuff.
Mhm.
And then unfortunately, because they are the face of that franchise, they have to go out to the people and try to sit down and explain to them, well, here's the reason why we have to do this because it's for the economics for the game and all this stuff. It probably sucks for him that he had to do that to Tekken and try to make all these goofy changes for it, at the
Mhm.
end of the
Well,
day.
the
You know,
the big issue isn't really like the monetization. I know some people are complaining about the monetization,
yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah, the big issue is the gameplay balance. A lot of
yeah.
people said the gameplay balance is just whack.
No, I mean always but everybody complains about gameplay balance. That's like a normal thing in every game.
Well,
Everybody
yeah,
complains
but
about it in Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. Almost even Garo gets it. Like almost every game complains about gameplay and
yeah,
balance
yeah,
issues.
and that's true. But I felt like this feels a little bit different, especially considering they made again a very concerned effort to say maybe we kind of like went overboard with the mechanics, and that obviously doesn't feel like a true to form Tekken game.
I
So, and
agree
they
with
say
that. Yes.
that okay, we're going to tone things down a bit, and they didn't do that, from what I've seen and heard. And obviously, a lot of people saying like, "Oh God, this game is on its death's doornail with all these changes and stuff
Again,
like that."
there's
I know,
always
and I get
that
it. I get it.
fan base that always does all that nonsense and complains about that.
Yeah,
You're not
I
gonna please everybody with every iteration of the
obviously,
game.
but you still want
Like
to please,
seriously, like
and
that at the end of the day.
and and
So
and they don't need to please everybody, but you gotta please your core fan base. That's been with you since the very beginning. You gotta please them.
I'm not hating the fact that where the state of Tekken is has not been in a great spot, but again, this seems to happen with every fighting game that naturally comes out. At some point, there is going to be a little bit of balance issues for a game that's been out for such a very long time. Again, I'm not resolving him of that because he does play a responsibility to it. I totally understand that, but then again, you also maybe have to look at it in another interesting way because of how we're bent. Maybe he didn't have the opportunity or the time to make those the balances that he wished he did because he's getting pressured from the company to focus on more of the monetization aspects of the game. Like that normally can happen. Again, I don't know. I don't know what happened with Namco Bandai for him to eventually, at the end of the day, that he was just checked out to the point that he wanted to bounce and leave. Again, he's been there for 30 years. He's
Mm-hmm.
earned, you know, he's earned his grace and his time away off to do something completely different though. But what I'm saying that again, like how we talked about in this podcast, there's a lot of politics that involve that probably get in the way of him actually trying to make the
Mm-hmm.
best game that he possibly can. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, very much so. And again, I'm just browsing these comments, and the opinions are very mixed. I see some people are saying like they're looking forward to what he's doing. Others people saying, "Oh, this SNK is done for because of Harada's involvement." Other people are just saying, "Huh, he's taking the
That's so
Saudi
stupid.
money."
Honestly,
And it's
I
just
feel like
like,
that's so stupid. Like they
what's
hired
stupid?
him. They hired Harada. They feel like, hey, here's an opportunity to get a really great mind that's been in the fighting game community for the last 30 years, and now he wants to be able to come over to SNK and he's able to bring some of his ideas to the table here. Like I think that's a great opportunity for SNK to do what he did. Whether you feel about what your politics between where it's, you know
Mm-hmm.
with Saudi government buying SNK. At the end of the day, it's fighting games to see a great mind hop over to another great company known for their fighting titles. I think it should get everybody excited because it is very interesting to see a new idea or a new perspective of what he'll be able to bring to that company. You know?
Very much so. Again and again, we don't know what he's working on, what he has in
Exactly.
mind. We don't know what if he's kind of planning to make a new game or he's planning to work on the games that already under SNK's belt. We have no clue
Or maybe
what's
he's working
going
on it,
on.
or maybe he's finally going to be given the opportunity to make a game that's not even a fighting game base. Like
Yeah, that's
that's a rare
true.
opportunity. I mean, maybe not. Probably unlikely. I mean,
I
when
mean,
you
that's
go
you
to
gotta stick to
SNK,
your strength, but yeah,
yeah,
he could possibly work on something that's not even a fighting game.
yeah,
So that again, I think this comment sums it up best. Until I know what he's building, I'm holding my wallet close.
yeah. I guess so.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what
very
I said.
much so.
Before we close out, like it's kind of funny to sat down and brought this up because, like,
Oh
was it?
God.
It's funny.
Oh God,
Literally,
I
like
remember
20, 15
that.
years ago.
Okay, you're gonna get into that,
No, I'm not gonna
aren't
really
you?
get into it. So,
I,
like,
I mean,
what?
I wouldn't mind if you get into
It
it,
was
but
like 10 years ago. Like,
at New York Comic
New
Con,
York Comic
what
Con
they
where
were
they did a
doing.
flag football tournament. Um, and I guess they picked random people out to play the tournament. I was one of
Mhm.
those people, and it was pretty cool to grab this. I was Team Tekken at the time because you know I I was very anti Capcom with their business practices, and it was pretty cool. It was a great event, and I guess it was funny why we were doing this podcast because like on the side right here, no one
Yeah,
can really see
you
it.
can really see it, but
You can't
there's
really
you
see
can
it,
see it, but it's
but
like you
Harada did sign the back of
Tekken. Yeah, it's a Tekken project, and you also got
yeah.
Ono-san
And Ono-san, when he used to work at at
Capcom.
Capcom for the
Yeah,
Street Fighter franchise, so it was pretty cool to get like both of these guys at the same time. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, no, so I kind of figured it was kind of interesting. Like, and I'll never have an opportunity to actually sit down and bring this out again. I have to
but I
actually
mean,
get this
yeah, I know
framed,
a
you
friend
know,
or something.
get it
Yeah, I mean,
framed
I'm
like
sure
the
he's
back, front, and
something.
the back, pretty much.
Yeah,
You know,
and
oh
yeah,
god.
it got recorded, so like if anyone was actually
Well,
curious,
like we don't need to see that.
why not?
None
Weren't
of us, none of
you?
us need to. I don't. We
You
don't.
you weren't
Yeah, we don't really need to see that.
you weren't that good at
We really need
the.
to
I
see
mean, I
that.
remember you getting mad at the ref for flagging you
Was
at
that
one
me?
point. I don't think this was the match. I think this was just like them doing drills.
Yeah.
This was a drill event. And yeah, I don't know what decided what caused them to decide to do a flag football event. Yeah, I see. I see him.
I
I
think I
actually
tried
see
to
them.
dive bomb that.
Yeah, I see him in that because I know they were getting busy in that flag football. There's not even enough room to do the event. But I remember that. I was like, there's not even enough room to to do a real play, like in real football.
No, but it was fun.
It was yeah. The
No,
only thing I remember from this event was a Bob cosplayer who was really good. There was a Bob cosplayer who looked really
yeah.
good. And that's all I'm gonna say about this. But
So I'm not gonna lie. I think we were trying to do. It was just a bad football game too. Yeah, I did get into the face of the ref. Um, no, apparently, remember the ref was the guy that made that fighting game.
oh, what fighting game?
The ref that was yelling at.
What?
He made a fight. Didn't he make a fighting game for Evo? You
Uh,
played it before it
was
went
it
to become before it went.
Two X KO?
Yeah,
2XKO?
yeah.
Okay. The game was Rising Thunder.
Rising Thunder. Yeah, he's the wasn't he the one that made Rising Thunder?
It was with it was one of the Cannon brothers, I believe.
I believe so, but didn't he play a part of that? Because that's the ref.
Yeah, he did. But I mean, who made Rising Thunder? It was no Radiant Tom and Tony Cannon. Yeah, was it one of those two?
No, not the Cannon brothers.
It was not the Cannon
It
brothers.
was not the Cannon
Okay, then
brothers.
who was it? Then who?
Yeah, I think he was a producer. I think he was a producer on the game, but he was a ref. I remember him specifically because he did work in the fighting game community, and then they made him the ref.
You mean Seth Killian?
I think that's him. Yes,
Seth Killian. Yeah,
I believe so. Type that in. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Seth
Yep.
Killian.
Yeah, he was a ref. He was a ref.
Yeah,
I cursed him out. And I specifically cursed him out.
Really?
Yeah.
You had to curse out Seth Killian.
No, he was annoying.
Really?
He was really annoying, man. Oh man.
I actually met him too. Actually.
Oh man.
In a much different circumstance, I actually met that same Comic-Con because they were also promoting PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale, and I was there. And he was hanging around the booth, and I was actually hanging out and talking with him, just saying like, "Yeah, I'm working on this game."
That was it the same Comic-Con?
I believe so. It was the same Comic-Con.
Oh, really?
It's just like
great. I almost swung at him.
like, yeah, he was the lead designer, and I forget like lead of like at freaking all I know is that me and Seth Killian was having a conversation about like obviously
Mhm.
PlayStation also because I was looking forward to that
Yeah.
game, and there was like I was also I forget the studio that made PlayStation made like, I mean this is probably like and this is a huge set you
Yeah.
know stars it was forget who the heck made that game like Superbot lead of
Mhm.
of Superbot Superbot Entertainment. It's just like I forget I forget the who else it was like the lead director of Superbot Entertainment. Yeah, yeah. We were literally just having a conversation about like Superbot, and it was just like this guy and the dude who's like the lead director of the game, and then we were literally talking about how in in the videos that he's promoting the game, he never smiles.
Oh yeah.
That was literally it we're talking about.
Oh, that's a
Like,
conversation.
yeah, that was it. That's what was literally having a conversation about how this guy. Yeah, this guy. He never smiled. I mean, I really did like his game. I really did like what he did was like PlayStation All Stars, but it was just like, come on, crack a smile. That's literally it.
Yeah.
Anyway, tangent over. Harada working on Versus Studios, working on something new. We don't know what he's working on, but until we see what he's working on, I'm looking for. I'm just gonna keep my wallet closed, but I'm gonna look forward to whatever comes. Anyway, what do you think about the news about Harada and his new studios? Are you interested? Are you not interested? Are you just hoping that he makes like something that isn't a fighting game? Let us know. And if you like what we do here, please rate, comment, and subscribe. I'm Mike with Isaac, and we are saying peace.